Welcome everyone. So happy to have you here. Did you all like the music? I love the music. Hi Victoria. Hi Steve. Hi Derek. Welcome Laura. Hi Diane. Hi Zoe. Welcome Pauline. Welcome Virginia. Hi Carol. Hi Anita. Hi Shin. Good to see you. Hi Marta. Welcome Louise. Hi Steve. Hi Seth. Welcome, Susan and Gordon. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Darren. Welcome back. Satyam, good to see you. Chantal, welcome. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Peter. Hi, Sharon B. Welcome. Hi, George. Hi, Morgan. Welcome, Catherine. Hi, Aim Stars. Welcome, Marty. Good to have you all back. Hi, Mary. Hi, MB. Welcome, Larry. Hi, Dorata. Good to see you. Hello, pizzas. Welcome. Oh, pizzazz, maybe? Is that what that is? That's funny. I like that. Hi, Hayward. Welcome. Hi, MB. Hi, Joy. Hi, Scott B. Hi, Jenny. Good to see you. Marie. Good to see you. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Diane. Hi, Lynn. How are you? Hey, Shin. How's it going? Hi, Debbie. Hi, Louise. Hi, Lynn S. Hello, Sir John. Hi, Sammy. Hi, Darren. Welcome, TP. Hi, Show. Hi, Annette. Oh, congratulations, Annette. I heard you were just approved to be a guide. Can't wait to see. Hi, Mark. Pauline. Oh, thank you. Hi, Annette. I felt like we were going on a treasure hunt. Hi, Victoria. Hi, Linda. Hi, Det. Hi, Jenny, Rachel, NC, Elan, Rania, Carissa, Denise, Yvonne, Donna, welcome. Welcome, Judy. Welcome, Elspeth, MB. You're so funny with the lipstick. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Mo. Hi, Luz. Hi, Mari. Hi, Pat. Welcome, everyone. So, my name is Kelsey. We have so many people who joined so soon. Usually it's just a couple and everyone comes in one at a time. Well, welcome everyone. My name is Kelsey. So happy to have you here in Valencia for the Naughty Tour. It's going to be quite the day today. If not for you, then at least for me, because we are doing lots of walking and we're even getting on a bus today because I couldn't not show you the thing that is on the other side of the bus. So welcome everyone. Welcome to Valencia. Welcome to the Naughty Tour. This tour is recommended for adults only. If there are folks under, I don't know, what is it, 18 or 12 or whatever they recommend in the tour, then please speak with your parents. I don't want to get in trouble. But just in terms of where we actually are in the world, here is the map of Europe. You can see Spain in the lower left-hand corner, and then you see the map of Spain. So Valencia is on the Mediterranean coast, 2 hours south of Barcelona and 2 hours east of Madrid on the train. Hi, Ayla. Welcome, Janet. Hi, Jeff. Hi, Marlene. Hi, Helen. Hi, Marianne. Yes, Mari, this will be fun. All right, so, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kelsey. I'm from Portland, Oregon, and Chicago originally, and my husband and I just moved here to Valencia in February. And for those of you who have been taking my tours and know that my air conditioner was broken for the last 2 months, they fixed it today. I have not sweat at all day. It's been amazing. So happy. I'm even doubly happy to see you all. Yeah, these two big burly guys came in with their ladder. They were like, "Hola, we're here to fix your air conditioning." It was very awesome. I was very happy. Thank you, everyone. Very happy about that. So, but yes. So my name is Kelsey. I'm not from Spain, but I do live here. So I am hoping to be able to share with you some of the coolest things I have been learning over the past however many months we've been here. So let's get started. Oh, thank you, Marlene, for the donation. MBV, we had 2 air conditioners. One wasn't working at all, and the other one only spat out about a quarter of the cool air it should have spat out. So when they finally turned on the air conditioner, analyzed the temperature, it was 94 degrees in our apartment. And we had been running our other air conditioner for the last 12 hours. It was horrible. So, all right. Okay, he's walking away, so that's good. All right, we'll just continue. That was weird. But there's other people here, so it's fine. All right, let's start here, and then we are gonna start walking. So I just wanted to show you this. We're going to start with the most modern, and then head to the oldest, and then again the most modern. But this one, she is Benvenida Perez. She is a Spanish. She's still alive. She's a Spanish 3 times married mistress, and she was known to be a possible prostitute, possible treasonous spy, something or other, and she just ran for mayor in 2012. So she is she's still alive. She started in very, very low society, if you will, and then she married 3 very old men in succession. They all died, and she ended up with a whole lot of money and a whole lot of influence. So this is her home house. This is her house. This is where she was born. So I just wanted to show you a picture of her, and then we'll be on our way. I just added this stuff this morning because I just found this and I thought, oh, you've got to be kidding. So let me back up. Do you see the picture in the back of the photograph I just posted? That is her. That is a painting of her. Isn't that fascinating? So she is known as Lady Buck. She is a self-styled femme fatale, and her quote, then we will get back into the naughty things, but her quote is, the successful man is one who makes more than his wife can spend, and the successful woman is one who can find such a man. So she's something. Oh, all of the comments are going so quickly. I will read them very shortly, but this is a long one, so I do need to start walking. So, hilarious. Get your postcards of Lady Buck, and then we are going to be on our way. Oh, for those of you who are just joining, hey go, let me be the first to welcome you. In terms of using the platform, you can see all the comments popping up there. That's how you let me know, hey, we can't see you, we can't hear you, what's that thing on your head, or what's that weird guy doing behind you? Anything like that is greatly appreciated. Also, you have the location button in case you want to know exactly where we are, and then the postcard options. So that is where you take pictures from my camera. Look at this little baby on the bike. Oh, they're going too fast, but there's a car behind them, and like they can't get out of the way. I love Valencia. Yes, you can take pictures from my camera and then post them on social media afterward. I would love to see them. And then some of you do send them to me too, which I love. So we are currently in El Carmen, which is the oldest part of the old town. And I just wanted to stop by one other building and show you the patron saint of prostitutes. So, oh, thank you, Pauline. So we are just walking through a couple of the old town streets while we are on our way. Let me give you some background as to what this tour is all about. So in Christian Spain, Christian Valencia, I guess. First of all, Valencia was founded by the Romans 2,000 years ago. So we have a lot of history here. Prostitution. We will get into the legalities of prostitution in just a few minutes, but let me give you the background on how we got to where we are today. And for those of you who are in and out of all of the tours, there will be some very cool things to see in the middle and at the end of the tour. Do not miss the end of this tour. I know I say that sometimes, but I wouldn't say that unless it had a really awesome thing to see. So Valencia was first, we have documents that date back to 1311 from documents that discussed prostitution. The first public brothel dates back to year 1325 in this sort of red light district. Oh, too much wind. Okay, let me adjust. Okay, how is it now? It's good? Okay, this is the new mic, so it should work. But I did just put it under my shirt, so we should Should be a little bit better. Thank you all for letting me know. This is such good stuff. I don't want y'all to miss it. So there was a sort of red light district here. We are walking that direction. We are walking that direction. But just fun tidbits for you. Jews and Muslims faced the death penalty if they were with Christian women. So whether they were prostitutes or not. So they were not allowed anywhere near the brothels that we are going. We're not going to see brothels and women today, but we are going to see some pretty interesting things, if I do say so myself. But yes, the prostitution houses that the women gathered in, the Jewish folks nor Muslims were allowed anywhere near it, because not only would the men get in trouble, but also the men who owned these buildings. They would all get in trouble. So the tidbits, I know, it was funny. So we are just approaching now the St. Nicholas Church, which, so some of you have heard me talk about St. Nicholas Church before. It is the Sistine Chapel of Valencia. I just posted a picture of what it looks like inside. It's beautiful. We can't go in there today. It's quite a hefty fee to go in, but also I would need permission to film. But St. Nicholas is the patron saint of prostitutes. So the rumor has it, although he is associated with Santa Claus, right, Saint Nick, it is said that he helped this father of three, who they were these three girls of marriageable age, and they couldn't afford their dowries. Remember, this was way back when. Here is the entrance to St. Nicholas, by the way. See the little cross up there? You go all the way through these doors, and this is the actual church. And if you look at the picture that I posted, this is quite boring compared to what you see inside, which looks like this. It's amazing. So yeah, he helped this father who couldn't pay the dowries for his three daughters of marriageable age. So what he ended up doing is dropping sacks of gold down the father's chimney. So therefore, he is the patron saint, not only that we know as Santa Claus, but the patron saint of prostitutes and prostitution. So another little tidbit for you. Let's keep going here. Oh, I love all of your guys' tidbits too. You all know so much. I just wanted to stop by this one street as we walk that has a very interesting history. So in the meantime, we are walking down one of the very busy, beautiful streets here in Valencia. But in terms of modern prostitution, or prostitution in the modern day here, it was decriminalized in 1995, but basically women cannot be bought or sold. That's trafficking. That's obviously very illegal, but women can have personal businesses, if that makes sense. So they can rent a room and use it as they do so desire, and they can have customers, but they can't. They are not allowed to split the earnings with someone else who is finding them said customers. Yes, so 1995 was when it was finally decriminalized, and they stopped arresting women. They now just arrest the Johns, for lack of a better word. So we are headed right here. So this is Carrer dels Borges, and we'll see the sign right here. Look at these buildings. Aren't they stunning too? So Borges, he was a he was a pope. He was the Spanish Pope Alexander VI, born Roderick Borgia. Oh goodness, I apologize for my Spanish. But he was a very controversial pope because he acknowledged fathering several, we're talking over 10, several children with his monogamous prostitute mistress. So basically, he met a woman, they fell in love, they had, I think it was 11 children, and he still remained the Pope. So, on that happy note, let's go back to, actually, we are right by the very inappropriate donuts. So let me just show those to you. So has anyone seen these funny donuts in your countries? Celibacy. Oh, Ginny, we'll talk about that in a few minutes. It's not quite in the rule book anymore, but we'll get there. So I just wanted to pop by this little donut shop up here, or waffle stand, I guess, which we did see last week. But there is a donut stand that has some very interesting treats at it that I'm sure you will all find quite interesting. Naughty donuts. No, there will be no no sound issues. Can you all hear me still? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, it's lagging. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, let me just show you this and we'll go back to the good reception. So this is called La Polleria. And as you can see from the signs, they do not sell regular shaped waffles. They sell waffles that are shaped like anatomy. And let me just show you, it's not only men. They also women shaped donuts. And then you can get your choice of sauce on it. Here's a guy who is making a male shaped donut. Oh my goodness, hilarious. So we will just enjoy the hilarious waffle making. I know, right? He did, Shane. That is so funny. All right, so that was fun. What I see people do is just point and giggle. So that's always a good time. Okay, a little bit more info for you. So between 1325 and 1671, Valencia had what we call the biggest and most visited brothels in Europe. It was the number one. It was the biggest one. Ronnie Lynn, that's hilarious. So it was also possibly the best one because they had a large variety of women. And again, it was illegal for about half of the city. You could only visit it if you were Christian and single, and you could not form attachments with the women. Oh, thank you, Susan and Gordon. That's very kind. You could not form attachments with the women. So if you did, they charged you what the equivalent of 80 euros is, or I guess 80 euros in that day and age for doing something that was against the law. So for forming a relationship with a prostitute. And there were 280 men. Oh, thank you, Harrison. There were 280 men who we have records of forming relationships with women. And $1,300-1,400 of their tickets, the equivalent of their tickets that they received, which I think is hilarious. Okay, we are just walking to the next location, but Valencia had a very cool way of going about brothels, prostitution, all of these interesting things back in the 1300s, 1400s. So, oh, here's a cute square, by the way. I know all of you are here for the Naughty tour, but I can't not show you the pretty squares. I know, isn't it pretty? Hi, Noel, welcome. Oh, thank you for your follows. All right, so Valencia had a very cool way of dealing with the prostitution that was here. So basically, the first thing that we know about prostitution came from 1321, when there was dancing, well, women who were dancing and advertising to men all throughout the city. If the reception is going in and out, we are in some pretty narrow alleyways, and we will go back onto the main street. Bear with me if there is some cutting in and out. Yeah, we're almost there. But basically, there was a woman named Na Soriana, and she was what we sort of call the world's first madam. And she wasn't necessarily helping to advertise the women. She was helping to, quote, save the women. Although they had a very, very interesting way of going about this. Just gonna wait till this truck goes by me. Oh yes, the things in front of me. So there are quite a few bridal showers that happen here, and women are often wearing hilarious things. Men as well. Bridesmaids, yes, exactly. Can you guess who the bride is? All right. So yeah, those are some of the more tame costumes we've seen. They often are wearing penises on their heads. Men are often wearing sex toys. It is a wild and crazy place. Thank you, Carol. That's so kind. So Na Soriana, back in year 1345, she founded the House of Repentance. The House of Repentance, where the prostitutes were basically gathered from Monday through Friday, and then also on holy days, so that they couldn't tempt men. They were literally locked in this area. It was it later was a monastery, and it looks like, let me show you the picture. It looks like this. It is now the Olympia Theater. And we'll actually see that tomorrow on the tour tomorrow, the Bullring and Mosaic train station tour. So this is what we're looking at right here. This is the Lonja de la Seda. This is the old silk factory. And I know many of you have seen this, the inside of this beautiful building with me. But I have found some more very naughty gargoyles for us. So buckle up. A little bit of background. This building was built in 1482, and this is the exact location of where the prostitutes would gather. So all the squares that were going, oh, those are so cute. That is where the men would wait. That is where the men would hang out until it was their turn, shall we say. And that is also where the women would advertise themselves. Oh, Mark, I just said buckle up, like be prepared. I know a couple of you have seen this one. Mari, they were not in windows. They were outside, and they were speaking with potential clients themselves. So this is one of the, I'm going to get out of the wind here, maybe it'll get a little bit better. This is one of the gargoyles. It's a little bit difficult to see, but if you take a screenshot and then lighten it, or a postcard and then lighten it, you will see that she is entirely naked with her mouth open like a gargoyle is, and both of her hands are placed by her female anatomy. And it is a very well preserved gargoyle, so there is no confusing what she is possibly pointing at. It is quite, there's no confusion, it's quite graphic. Yes, so she is one of the #1 gargoyles known for this building. Yes, it is quite the situation. Those little stabs. You guys are so funny. Pointing, or she is referencing. She has her hands, they are not moving, but they are definitely in an area that cannot be confused. You all are so funny. All right, so now we're just gonna pop around the corner here and show you this gargoyle that I know a lot of you have seen if you've come on my tours before. This is my favorite guy. So first, actually, let me show you the other two that are right here. So this building, as you all know, was in the middle of the prostitution alley, basically. It was a huge area. Over 200 prostitutes were here. And during this time, there wasn't a lot of written documentation for anything. All they could do to say, hey, that's Prostitution Alley. And by alley, I actually mean plaza, because this place is huge. But all they could do was to build gargoyles on these buildings that left nothing to the imagination. Yes, this is a gargoyle with all of his male anatomy parts showing. And this is a public street, by the way. There are children walking by all hours of the day. And all of his anatomical parts are there, being shown to the world. And what the experts say is that he's not only showing, but he is in progress of copulating with the building. As to how that happens, your guess is as good as mine. But yeah, so let me show you a different view. So here's his little rump, if that helps. Mari. So here's his little rump. I'm sorry, it's a little bit bouncy. I'm trying my best with this. Yeah, so isn't that just something? But yes, they also have other gargoyles around here. These are not dirty. We are still headed to the other ones that are quite interesting. But there are some other ones here that we're going to see in a minute. But I just wanted to show you these because I think these are amazing. So these are just details. These aren't gargoyles that water comes out of, but these are just details that were built back in the 1400s. It's interesting. I know, what a crazy sense of humor. I love that. So this, let me back up a little bit. This porch is known as the Gate of Sin. The Gate of Sin, the Steps of Sin. And just wait till we zoom in. I just want to give you the overall view. So let's go vertical, 3, 2, 1. So this is what the whole thing looks like. Yes, that is Mary and baby Jesus and angels. And now, okay, let's go back. 3, 2, 1. Here's the big cross up here. It's all very religious, very, very holy, if you will. There's the beautiful cross. Look at the details, by the way. And then we zoom in. So keep an eye on these little gargoyles on the walls. We're gonna get all close and personal. So there are 2 little statues here, one of which seems to be sitting without any pants on. We don't know what he's doing. There's also a monkey behind him. Now, monkeys at this time, macaque monkeys, I think that's how you say it. I'm sure I said it wrong, but I hope that is. Anyway, that type of monkey is native to this part of Spain, and monkeys were another way of describing immorality. So let me zoom in a little bit more over here. Oh my goodness. These are, all right, I really hope there are no children in this tour. So here is a macaque. Oh, thank you, Mark. Oh, macaque monkeys, maybe? All right, so here is a dragon who is cleaning himself, let's say. Yes, I will leave all of that description up to you. Yes, quite graphic. And then above it, we have yet another nice young man who seems to be working on making little baby trees with the tree above him. That's just something. Yes, when they say, why? Well, because we can. So also, fun tidbit for you. Women in this type of work were known as having the angry life. They were women who had the angry life. That is how they described women. You know how we say the oldest profession? Well, they didn't say it like that way back when. They said, well, it's just women who have the angry life. Well, that's good. I hope that there would be no children who would know what was happening here. Okay, so, just when you thought it was over, there's more. So we go around the corner here, and this is the most interesting one yet. We're not looking at him yet. He's very, very high, so I have to get the good view of him. So first, there's, oh goodness, hi Elena, welcome. So first, let me just kind of give you an idea as to these ones over here. So this guy has a something that it looks like he's trying to put in his mouth. We're not really sure what it is. But then, over here, this guy, there is no question what his little hands are doing. And in his one hand, he has his anatomical parts. And in the other hand, he has a vase. And he is directing his anatomical parts into the vase. I think I have a picture of him. Yes. So here is the zoomed in version of what is going on with his hands. I did not take that picture, by the way. Yes, his whole world is in his hands. You guys are so funny. Oh my goodness. Okay, so those are the gargoyles from this building I have for you. Ugh. All right. Aren't these hilarious? If there are questions that you all have asked, I'm very rarely looking at the screen, so do repeat them if I have not asked them, or if I have not addressed them yet, if I miss them. So, Okay, so back to the big brothel. Eventually, in the early 1400s, it was moved to right outside the city. And I kid you not, this entranceway was called the Gift of the Bone. Literal translation, the Gift of the Bone. And apparently, from what experts say, oh, thank you for your donations, greatly appreciated. From what experts say, the connotation of the bone was still the same back then. So yes, that is what the entranceway to the big brothel was called way back when. Isn't that charming? But I think it's interesting though how prostitution has always been kind of on the exit and access points of the city, which also the entrance to this brothel, there were gallows sitting right next to. If you mess around or if you mess with our women here, we will that's when people realized that they needed some regulation to what was going on. So men were required to leave their money at the very front of the brothel door, and sometimes they got change if they didn't use all of their cash they had given, and sometimes they did not, depending on how they acted. And also, there was a committee that was appointed to discuss when the prostitutes could practice their trade. So it was, the Spanish name for the gate, it was the portico of the bones dones. The bones dones. And I guess through all of the translation and of the time, that meant literally bone gifts. Isn't that nice? So yes, there was a committee that was elected that decided that prostitutes could not work from Tuesday to Holy Saturday, and that they would be locked up with adequate shelter and food in order to not tempt men. Isn't that nice? Go ahead. So that brings us now to our next stop. This, for those of you who joined me early, this is Rosita Amores. She is a burlesque dancer. Oh, she is so cool. So back, she's very old. Back during the Franco regime, which was a very dark time for Spanish history, so I will only speak very briefly. Basically, Spain was not unlike current fundamentalist countries with its treatment of women. So the Spanish Civil Code declared that a woman needed her husband's permission to do anything outside the house, including going to the store. Women couldn't have a job, they couldn't open a bank account, they couldn't start a business, they couldn't buy anything, they couldn't sell anything, and they couldn't initiate legal proceedings, as well as there was no legal recourse against a man who was mistreating his wife until 1960. So, keeping all that in mind, this woman, Rosita Amores, she managed to keep her burlesque dance company open. She managed to continue to run her business, even though it was technically illegal in multiple different ways. And she continued to perform wearing such dresses as these. So I do have a video for you that it's about a minute long, and it is one of her most recent performances from, well, you'll see by the video quality, it's still from quite a long time ago, but oops, we're gonna wait until this truck goes by. Rosita Amores, yes. And she continued to perform oh yes, she continued to perform in these interesting, let me back up, in these interesting costumes. And yes, she was in a paella pan. And when the people would, I'm going to push play in just a second, but when the government folks would come and say, you can't wear this, she would say, okay, and she'd pick a more risque dress. And then they'd say, well, you can't, oh, the wind. They'd say, you can't sing these lyrics. And she'd say, okay, and then she'd make it even more inappropriate. Oh, thank you, Darren. So let me just push play real fast. You might not be able to hear it very well, but I'll try my best. Here, let's do this. Here we go. Oh, thank you. I did them myself. Okay. Let's see. Can we see? Yes, we can see. All right, let's push play. Oh, her club was called El Titi, by the way.
La dona que per un home suspira per una loca, con él no siguen la novia, no le
Oh,
el novio que la juega, siempre por en suspirar, tan fácil como una figa, y hasta en ganas de chillar, cosa menta. El voler, ahí sí la aumenta, el escocés del amor. Si son fuertes, son millones, cosa menta, muita menta, y febrereta colenta, y chiqueta, y ahora, si fijas al cariño menta, lo dichosa que siempre serás.
So, okay. Thank you, Rosita. That, oh, here, let me get my mic back on. The nice man who runs this little bar right here, he's like, oh, just put it on the table. I think he wanted to listen to or see what was going on. So isn't that funny? Isn't she such a crazy lady? I love that. So that was Rosita Amores. She, from what she says, everything is real on her. And she actually posed for that picture. Even though it was a painting, it was taken as a picture. So this was one of the pictures that she took during the photo shoot, and that is an actual paella pan. It is huge. It is a huge paella pan, and it's in the middle of a roundabout here in Spain. And from what people say, everyone who was on that roundabout stopped and watched her pose because it was so amazing and so intense that, I mean, how could you not stop and watch her pose, right? So, all right, let's go on. Do you know how old she was in the video? Oh, in the video, she was probably in her early 60s. Yeah, because she was born in the 30s, and that was taken in the 90s. So, woof, isn't that nuts? Okay, so let's be on our way now. I just want to make sure I'm going the right direction. Yes, okay. Okay. Yes, we are going the right way. Excellent, excellent. Did she have augmentations? No, I believe from what she says, everything was real, if you will. But a little more info about her though. So people asked her, how long have you been doing this? And she said, well, I started performing and getting the feel for my type of performances since age 10. And she had lots of problems with the censorship that happened during the Franco regime. And look at this tiny little sidewalk. And also, I just want to show you. Okay, hold on. Gracias. Oh, isn't that fun? So also, Spain is a very LGBT friendly place. It was the third country in the world to legalize gay marriage, and right after the Netherlands and Belgium. And trans folks and gay folks have their equal rights in the Constitution of Spain. So there's no such thing as tolerance here. They never, supposedly, this is from what I read, okay, but supposedly they never even needed tolerance because people did not show any kind of hatred or inappropriate behavior toward them. So this is just one of the many shops that is very LGBT friendly with all kinds of fun activities, and these are all cups and vases. Aren't these hilarious? So, all right, let's keep moving. Oh, and also speaking of street art, so here are some street art murals that I have found around, and you can see there's the devil in one, and we are not quite sure what he is holding. And then there's another ball with some women who don't have any clothes on. And also, here is some penis cake and wings that, you know how you see those wings that everybody poses in front of? Look real close at those wings. And also here are some of the other interesting things I have seen around here as I've been meandering on my way throughout the city. So, all in good fun. I just wanted to show you those cups when we walked by before the store wasn't open. I know, aren't these funny? Okay, we are now getting on or headed to the very last stop, which to me is the coolest part of this tour. Let's see. We are going to get on a bus. Yes, that was someone's house. Isn't that fascinating? Okay, so let's talk about some of the more modern aspects of these type of activities here in Spain. So a lot of the art then filters into the floats, the stationary floats that you would find during Fallas. So for those of you who are unaware, Fallas is a huge festival that sort of like an out with the old, in with the new thing, but they don't censor their artistic endeavors for public consumption. So here are some of the Fallas from this year. There's one more too, I can't find it. But so these fallas, they often have a theme, and they are part of these really, really huge, I guess, bigger floats. They look like this, and they are then burned at the end of the month-long festival. So from March 1st to March 19th, you see all those floats, and then on March 19th, you find the crema, which is the burning of all of those things. But you will find some very specific types of, they're called fallas, as well as the festival itself is called the fallas. But yes, you will find some very interesting artistic things here. Yes, this is a very specialized tour. For those of you who are joining, I hope you're all adults. Hi, Anne, welcome. The float designs, so there are basically clubs that you pay to be in. You pay lots of money to be in. And the head of each club decides what you will make. And every year it is different. They have huge budgets depending on how many people are donating to their specific oh goodness, all these trucks, their specific organization. It depends on how wealthy the people are, basically. So just two more things as we walk. This, of course, is the beautiful Plaza de Redoña, which is one of the most gorgeous hidden plazas, in my opinion, of course. But then we find the Plaza de la Reina, which is the plaza, the Queen's Plaza, basically. And it's separated from the Virgin's Plaza by the Cathedral. So we're actually just going to have a look at both of them and then be on our way. But this is a very busy part of town. Just wanted to show you these very tall towers. So people here, they say, well, where should we meet? And they say, by the bell tower. And they say, which ones? And they say, between the two boy parts, if you will. And that is how they say in the Queen's Plaza. And why do they describe them as between the two male genitalia parts? Because here is the cathedral over here. Oh, I hope the wind's not getting us. And here's the bell tower for the cathedral. This is El Miguelete. It's this octagonal tower. It's huge. It's beautiful. It has 208 or 207 steps. So there's one. And then here is the other one. Here is the other tower. And this is part of Santa Catalina. This one is from the 1200s. But as you can see, they are two very tall, erect statues or buildings, and the Spaniards are quite pleased to poke fun at this as often as they possibly can. Let's do vertical. 3, 2, 1. Here's one. Again, this is the bell tower of Santa Catalina from 1239. And over here, hi, Vinny, welcome. Over here, this is the El Miguelete, which is the bell tower of the Valencian Cathedral, which is behind it. And speaking of the Valencia Cathedral, let's go back. 3, 2, 1. It is very pointy, Mark. Speaking of the Valencia Cathedral, there is another gargoyle on the cathedral. It's on the inside, or sort of around the back inside part. But this is the gargoyle that is on the Valencian Cathedral. You can see it a little bit better if you click on the picture, just to give you an idea. Oh, thank you, Larry. That's very kind. And also, as we pass by here, this was a building built in 1887, and I love all of these arches and the Hellenistic architecture here. I just wanted to pass by and show you all because I think it's so beautiful. Yes, Joniel, welcome. Hi, Joniel. This the Valencia Cathedral is supposedly where the Holy Grail is. Now, mind you, there are 12 locations in Europe that claim to have the actual Holy Grail. But here in Valencia, they had 2 different popes recognize this cup as the official Holy Grail. So your guess is as good as mine. All right, we are headed to what I refer to as the penis house. And it is full of self-portraits, as they say. So I'm very excited to show all of you this. This house is actually why I started this tour, because I think this is one of the coolest, I mean weird, but coolest things I have ever seen. So bear with me for the walk there. Yeah, yes, Mark, it is the climax of the tour, shall we say. You guys are so funny. Oh my goodness. All right. Oh yes, so not only do we have some of the most famous street art here, we also have Picasso, who is one of the most famous painters. And he painted this painting. Where is it? This painting here. I just posted a picture of it. And that was also featured in the Fallas. Let me show you. This past year. And this is, it's called Les Demoiselles d'Avignon, or the Young Ladies of Avignon, which is a city in France. But he basically painted prostitutes. And this is the sex industry here is a huge multi-billion-dollar industry. It is worth $3.7 billion. So it is very, very frequented, and nobody's shutting it down anytime soon, shall we say. No, we're just looking at the supermarket. So I'm just waiting for a bus. It comes every 4 minutes, so it should be here in the next couple minutes. But then we take just a stop or two and get off at the penis house. So we're all going to take a bus today. But while we're waiting, let me just show you also. Let me just show you the pictures. This is what we call Movim, the Modern Art Museum. It is supposed to discuss interaction and reflection on the problems and features of our current society. And this guy named Vines, who's from Valencia, he created this whole wall of naked pictures. These are pictures. They are not paintings. They are pictures of people, and they're all wearing these animal masks. Did the building owner commission that? Yeah, so the owner is the Modern Art Museum. So it's actually no longer there, which is very sad. No, Sir John. Oh, good to see you, Sir John. There is no female equivalent, unfortunately, but we will discuss that when we are there, because it is a sight to behold. I have never, in 47 countries, and going to multiple museums of this genre, I have never seen anything like this. So, but yes, so the museum is still open. They just change They change the pictures on their wall every couple months. But basically, the guy who did this work of art, his name was Vinz, and he's from Valencia, and he basically decided to come back to his city after spending a long time in the US and create works that were fables with naked people and animal heads. So each character represents a series of values. And he is one of the many artists here responsible for making Valencia one of the #1 street art locations in the world. And yes, Amsterdam also has some very interesting museums, I agree. Some other street art that I have seen here. Here is one. No, Lynn, I haven't been to India, but I would be very interested to check that out. And then also here, oh yeah. So not only is the street art nuts here, it's literally and figuratively, but the advertisements. For those of you who are from the States or North America, where we're a little bit more puritanical and everybody has a shirt on, female parts are only for looking sexy, they're not for feeding babies, all those kinds of things, right? They do have some very interesting advertisements here. Here are two of the advertisements. So the one on the top was for a male, a cologne for men, and the one on the bottom. Any ideas what this might be selling? The one on the bottom. Yeah, kids aren't they're not impacted by these. They just go, oh yeah, that's a naked person, whatever. But yes, the one on the bottom is selling men's swim trunks. As to whether or not there are any swim trunks on in that advertisement, well, there's one, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. But yeah, he is a photographer. His name is Palomo Spain. And he's known for these flamboyant, sensational creations that sort of challenge traditional men's swimwear. I'll just give you another view while we are waiting for this darn bus. It says every 4 minutes. All right, well, I have good company, so I hope you all hang out with me to see the penis house because it is quite something. But yes, the guy who created the swim trunks, he oh, thank you, Mark. He is known for his inspirational swimwear. But okay, so here's the fun part. There are no nudity laws in Spain. None. You can walk around in your birthday suit to walk the dog. And not only are you allowed to do it, but people actually do it. So let me show you one of the interesting pictures. I did not take this picture, thank goodness. I have marked out anything that might be too risque for a public tour. But yes, so that guy, he has only tattoos and shoes on. Funny one, that's funny. So yes, it doesn't happen very often, but you will see people walking around with very little, if any, clothing on. Hi! Oh, I'm fine, how are you? I'm giving a tour. It's good to see you. Oh, hi, Pete. Hi, buddy. Oh,
look how burned I got yesterday.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow.
I'm an asshole. Is that off?
No, it's on.
Sorry, people.
You've got 104 listeners. Good to see you, Missy. Oh, that's funny. Oh, goodness. But yes, so there is no nudity law here. And That's hilarious. Is this our bus? My goodness. We've waited oh so long. Okay. It's not our bus. Oh my goodness. All right, well, there are quite a few other people here waiting with me. Yes, we fit right in. Yes, so there are no nudity laws here. You will see people walk around without any clothes on. It's quite something, I have to say. However, technically, any kind of non-sexual toplessness or nudity in Spain is legal. But in different communities, especially in Barcelona, for example, there are fines for people who aren't wearing anything. So, or for even semi-nudity on the streets. Not only regular nudity, but semi-nudity. So, for example, you get fined 120 euros to 500 euros, depending on how little you are wearing. But again, you can walk down the street completely in your birthday suit in the majority of Spanish towns. And so much so, I mean, probably having to do with the fact that Spain is one of the hottest places in the world. But, oh, that's not it. Can we take this one? Let me see. Nope. All right. But there is a guy who took full advantage of the fact that he did not have to wear any clothes. So let me show you. Where is he? Ah, here he is. So this guy, he basically said, I just posted a picture. He basically said, well, I'm not hurting anyone. I'm not doing anything wrong. I should be able to go naked if I want to. And he went to the grocery store naked. He had multiple complaints for people saying, excuse me, there's a guy who's naked in the store. We are trying to shop for food here. So, let me just see if the bus is coming. Oh, nope. Different bus. The house is, it's about a half an hour walk away, but it's only about a 5-minute bus ride. Well, that's okay. All right. So let me just tell you about the naked guy. So he would walk his dog. He would go to the store. He would also take public transportation in the nude. And this is one of the most controversial acts that he did. People were not pleased with this. Let me just see if there's a different bus I can take. You all are so funny watching. Looking at the guy, or at the picture rather. No, it says the bus should be here in just a minute. All right. Well, I have all the facts for us, so 'tis no problem. But yeah, he got in trouble for taking public transportation in the nude. People were not pleased about this, and the only thing he was wearing was a fanny pack due to his lack of pockets. His his boots actually in this picture, because it was somewhat cold when they took this picture. Like if you look at all the other people, they're in coats. Like, it was cold when they took this picture, and sure enough, this guy is just walking around in the nude, and then his mask as well, because, you know, Corona. So, however, okay, yes, in terms of nude beaches, there are quite a few nude beaches. In fact, there are some beaches where you are not allowed to be anything but in the nude. There is a sign. Let me find it for you. Here it is. So there's a whole I should have double masked you guys. There's a whole what is it called? A resort where you cannot wear clothes. You're not allowed to wear clothes on the beach. You're not allowed to wear clothes as you're walking around. In the restaurants, you do have to put something on your rump. But other than that, everyone is in the nude. And you can visit this naturist hotel in Spain. You aren't even allowed to wear your trunks at the bar because it is called a naked bar. It's on the Almeria coast of Spain. It's in Vera, and you just sit on the towels they carry. Mari, I hope that is what happens at these restaurants. Let me tell you. Okay. Let's see. All right. Well, we're already about halfway there, and I've got lots of facts for you, so we're just going to walk. Yes, please do ask me questions, because I've got to save some of these fun facts for you for when we're looking at the penis house, because it all goes together. Have I seen anyone naked in Spain? Yes. I have seen quite a few women who have nothing on their tops. And I have seen 2 or 3 men, not on the beaches, but on their balconies. So the thing about Spain is that it is so hot that people often sit on their balconies and don't wear any clothes at all. And oh yeah, I also would love to do a tour here. This is the ceramics museum. Is this beautiful? Yeah, they do get stairs. They absolutely get stairs. Yeah, you know, the buses they run on Saturdays, but you never know. With Valencia, it's always there's always something going on. Hi, Anne. Hi, Mag. Isn't this a beautiful building? So for those of you who are just joining, we are walking to what I affectionately call the penis house. And it is full of self-portraits, but in a very entertaining way. I can't wait to now get us there. But anyway, all right. So in terms of nude beaches, it is we have 3,000 miles of beach here, and you are allowed to be nude on probably 99% of those beaches. And so my husband went to a nude beach when he was very young, when he was a teenager, and he said, you know, the majority of the things that I saw were men who were there to check out the babes, but there weren't any babes, so it was just a whole bunch of wrinkly old men, which is very sad. But apparently now it has evened out more, and so much so that they have tried to encourage younger gentlemen who are behaving appropriately to frequent these beaches by putting sports stars on the covers of magazines entirely in the nude, like this one. Do check your pictures, by the way. Hi, Tish, welcome. Hi, Angel, welcome. church and state. Do you, Pat? That's funny. So in terms of religion, church and state situation, Spain is a very... Oh, the bus. Okay, we're running. I do apologize for the bumpy, but we're running because I don't want to walk this. Oh, yes. Okay, just hold on, everyone. We're getting on the bus. Oh, thank goodness. My little legs cannot take us this far. Okay. I do have to put a mask on, so just bear with me. Oh, yay! Oh no, he doesn't stop here. Where does he stop? Oh no. Okay. Oh no. Let me see. Oh. Oh, he does. Stop over here. Okay, let's go. Oh, he didn't stop. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's... All right, well, we're definitely walking now. I can't believe it. What a turd. Okay. Well, that sucks. But hey, we're almost there now. Yes, hindered by the pedestrians. Okay, let's see where we are. Yeah, we're like just a few minutes. So, thank you, Leon. Well, that was exciting. I hope it wasn't too bumpy when I was running. Okay, let me get all situated again. I wonder if he's gonna stop up there. It's funny with these buses, you see them and you go, oh, maybe I could still make it. Nah. All right, so I didn't see anything. No, Virginia, we haven't gotten there yet. Oh, thank you, Tony. Much appreciated. We're getting there. We are headed to the, it is, well, I'll talk about it when we're there. But yes, we're going to the Pita's house. Is basically what's happening. I'm excited. But yes, there are a couple areas in Spain where you cannot be nude on the beach. And people say that, well, first of all, you can't take any pictures, which is not surprising. But also, so this beach here with the, what is it called? The club, I guess. It won a world record after it housed the largest nudist swim with 729 naked swimmers, men and women. And but if you go to one of these places where they have a law against nudist activities, then you could be hit with a fine up to 620 pounds. So it's about $800. It's quite expensive. So do pay attention to the rules if you are planning on going to a beach in the nude. Thank you, Sandra. Some places they really naked bike rides. Oh, has anyone seen one of those or even participated in one of those? If you're willing to admit it. I always think those look so uncomfortable. But they did have one in, I think it was in Chicago when I was at Northwestern. I had quite a few friends who participated in said activities. I don't know how their little bums weren't hurting after that. All right. Hey, we're making good time. Apparently my air conditioning has saved me all kinds of energy. I can even run now. Not that I'm going to. But, oh, this is fun actually. I get to take you guys to, or past some of these houses that I always want to show you, but there's not a lot around here. But look at this beautiful house. Yes, Louise, that was my thought as well. That's stunning. This is just an apartment building, but Lynn, I always think of you when I see these beautiful balconies. So it reminds me of the Maltese balconies. Here's another beautiful building. Aren't these stunning? So for those of you who are just arriving, we are walking. We were going to take the bus, but now we are walking. We're actually getting very close, so I'm quite tickled with how fast my little feetsies are moving. Some of these are new, some of these are from the 1700s, so these buildings are quite eclectic, I must say. Yeah, Lynn, the Maltese balconies. Yes, we are headed to the last stop in our very naughty tour. Oh, okay, so now that we're almost there, let me fill you in on some of the other type of activities. If you can't take postcards, I would say refresh. That might help. I'm hoping that they still work for this. You've got about 5 minutes, well, maybe 10 minutes but before it becomes a situation, Pat. Oh, thank you, George. That's so nice. Okay, so let me fill you in on the goss, as they say. First of all, let me just preface this with this is somewhat modern, and I just hope there's no children. And also, fun tidbit for you, there is no Valentine's Day here. It is, I realize there's wind. Okay, let's try that. There is no Valentine's Day here. It is Saint Dionys. Dionys? I'm not sure how to say that. Saint Dionys Day, which is Valencia's own Valentine's Day. So it is on October 9th. And on October 9th, men are supposed to give women, or I guess partners are supposed to give each other these little marzipan treats that are wrapped in a silk cloth. Let me see if I have a picture of these. Oh yeah, here. People are so crazy. We are currently in Rusafa, by the way. This is the area that I would love to live in at some point. Look at these beautiful palm trees. For any of you who have palm trees during Christmas time, I would not recommend putting lights on the palm tree in pure fashion with this tour. If anyone has seen those palm trees that have lights on them, they look quite phallic. Just be aware. I'm intrigued to see what Valencia does because they are a Catholic country, so I will be interested to see what this city does in terms of decorating the palm trees. But all right, so let's get to the good stuff. In terms of, oh yes, the brothels. So there are still brothels here. They are on the outsides of the city. But you can find them on websites, so they're not hidden and it's not illegal. But you do have to be running your own business, if that makes sense. But there are currently about 350,000 prostitutes in Spain, making it the third most popular country for prostitution after Thailand and Puerto Rico. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, about 80% of those, the folks who participate in these activities are illegal. They often don't have any papers, so they are most often a victim of trafficking, which is very sad. But something else that has been concerning experts in the field is that the majority of people who visit these, Puerto Rico, isn't that interesting? The majority of people who visit these establishments, when you think of mostly men, right? When you think of men who visit these type of places, you think they might be of a certain age, maybe, wearing a suit and tie, a little bit lonely, that kind of thing. So, fun fact for all of you, the majority of the men who visit these establishments are between the ages of 19 and 21. 19 and 21. That was 60% of their clientele last year, which means from all of the facts and figures that they have figured out, which means that roughly 40% of men here in Spain have visited a brothel at one point or another. Some more regularly than others. Yes, I agree, Alice. They are getting much younger, and it was quite a surprise, I have to say. We are almost there, folks. If Valencia wasn't so darn pretty, I'd be mad at having to walk. But look at this. How can I be mad at this? Isn't that stunning? Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me, Marcia. So there are quite a few regulations in place. There is the women must be checked regularly, of course, for their own protection, but also for the protection of the clientele. And fun tidbit for you, way back when, so in the 1500s, when the big brothel behind the portico gift of bones brothel situation was happening, a doctor would come in twice a week to see the women and also to check any of the men who were visiting at that point in time. And if the men were visiting and they were sick with something, if you know what I mean, they would be fined. And of course the women would be fined as well if they were knowingly spreading something, but also just to protect against abuse, against forceful being forced into activities. The women also had to be at least 25. And this was back in the 1500s. So they had to be very much of marriageable age to partake in such activities. Almost there. I think this is very beautiful though. We're about 3 blocks away. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, let me tell you a little bit more before we get there, because once we get there, you won't care what I'm saying. Yes, so about 39% of men have gone to a prostitute at one point or another in their lifetimes, younger and younger. Spain is the first country in the European Union in terms of consumption of prostitution. So they're mainly men either between 19 and 21 or 35 and 55. And again, almost 40% of the population. That's a huge amount. The very next one is 19% of the population, and you are not going to believe where this is. Switzerland. Switzerland has the next highest amount of prostitution consumption in the EU. So also, fun fact about Switzerland, they have some of the lowest percentages of STIs and unwanted pregnancies and abortions. It is fully legal up until it's either 16 or 20 weeks, but they start their sex education in kindergarten. So now mind you, it's all very age appropriate, but if the children ask, Miss Augenspieler, how did that baby get in your belly? The teachers are instructed to answer with very anatomically correct answers. So they all have what I think was called a sex box in layman's terms. There was a very appropriate name for it, but basically it was like a kid-friendly how babies get into the mother's womb box. But the government decided that parents could not opt their children out of this type of education, and so much so that parents said, okay, well, I want to homeschool my child. And they said that you basically have to go to court if you want to homeschool your child and prove why you can't take them to school on a daily basis, because Switzerland has some of the best education in the world, right? And so there are roughly between 16 and 19 children per year in the entire country that are allowed to homeschool. The sources, what did I find this on? It was on a government website rating the sex education in different countries throughout the EU. In terms of Spain also has very comprehensive sex ed, starting in kindergarten, and you can homeschool your child, but many parents have said that the education doesn't go far enough here, even though they are quite explicit with how babies are made here as well. So it's all very interesting to me, because you're right, in the States it would be the exact opposite. Oh, thank you, Mark. I have 147 pages of notes for this, so I am super stoked to be able to share it with all of you. Yes, it took me about 7 full days to research this, and I'm just so tickled to be able to share it with you. Sucks that the bus didn't come, but did give us some extra time, so that's okay. Oh, thank you, everyone. Oh, you guys are all so nice. Okay, we are literally like 2 blocks away. I'm so excited, like 2 small blocks away. I'm so excited. Okay. Also, some more fun tidbits for you. In terms of fulfillment in your private life, shall we say, Spain is the number 1 fulfilled country in the world. And Spain is very liberal. They have very relaxed attitudes toward sex, toward nudity, toward education, about all of these things as well, right? And countries with these types of attitudes often have lower rates of STIs, lower rates of teen pregnancies, and unwanted pregnancies, as well as much more fulfilling personal lives in their adult relationships. Oh, my pedometer, let's see. All right, we're on 7,000 steps. So what is that? 3 miles. We're getting there though. It's literally behind this building up here. I'm so excited. Okay. Yes, so Spain has some very, very happy couples, shall we say. But also, if any of you know what Ashley Madison is, please don't admit it if you do. It is a website where adults who are married go to find other adults who are married to do adult things with, if you get my drift. Spain is the number 1 country, or has the number 1 amount of visitors to this website. So yes, their clientele list, hilarious. Yes, so the vast majority of people who use this are, of course, in the States, but also all around the world, but especially in Spain. Very interesting. So the data that they have collected says that anywhere between 30 and 80% of Spanish married couples, at least one partner has been unfaithful. In fact, Spain is the most unfaithful country in Europe. And people say, well, why or how do you know? Oh, hello, doggy. Oh my gosh, we're on the street. I can't wait. So basically, the women who participate in such activities are often around 34, housewives, administrators, teachers, or executives, and the men are around 43, and they often are in suits. They are doctors, lawyers, managers, businessmen. So we have arrived. This street is, oops, can you all hear me? There we go. So this street used to be one of the, see all the windows here? That is no mistake that there are many, many windows right here. Of course, these are now just private homes, but this street is known for its seedy past. It's also known for not being, there aren't a lot of people here, so I do need to talk a little bit quieter, but I present to you the penis house. So let me start off with telling you that all of these paintings, all of these nude portraits are self-portraits. And I will go up to a couple of these and show you. Let's start here. This is the owner of the house coming out of his mother's birth canal on the garage. Yes, it's quite something. And this house is called Casa Recio. His name is right here, Recio. Oh yeah, oh it gets worse. So I'm just gonna show you, can you all hear me okay? I'm basically whispering, but I just wanna make sure. So we'll start here. The story about this guy, this is an actual article that was written about him in the newspaper. Can you see? There's a woman in there. The article says a Spanish civil servant has been banned from holding public posts after it emerged that he skipped work for a decade. The guy who lives here, he was paid 50,000 euros every year as an archive director in Valencia, but he only went to the office at 7:30 in the morning to clock in, usually in his nightgown and slippers, went back home, and came back to clock out at 4 o'clock. So he claimed to have been working from home. But finally, the police and his boss and his boss's boss came and said, well, we want to see your workspace. And he said, well, I don't have one. I've been working on these paintings and these pictures. To give you an idea. Yes, he had no supervision for 10 years. So it seems that he had spent his time running a male brothel at home with his wife. And I don't know why the 3 boobs, Mary. That is an excellent question. Although he's still here, we could knock and ask him. Just kidding. But yes, he advertised this place as having excellent air conditioning and superb discretion. So this was a male brothel for at least 10 years. Yes, and see, this is what he calls discretion. Hilarious. But I mean, very interesting though. I'm actually not making fun of the art because although it is, it is quite graphic, the actual art itself is very good. At least that's what the artists say. Yeah, Neil, let me move the microphone. I just don't wanna. Where is it? Here it is. Can you hear me now? Let's see. Yeah, all right. How's that? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? So, okay, awesome. Now let me show you what I posted on the Hago Voyagers site earlier today. This is what he calls his pride and joy, the painting on the right. Ginny, oh, yes, so there was the question, are there any swinger clubs here? Yes, in fact, there is a whole website about the different clubs that happen every night, and sometimes you meet in public locations and you go to somebody's house. It's all very personalized. But other fun, interesting things for us is that there is literally a map of all the places to enjoy your partner in an intimate way in the city of Valencia. So, and not only Valencia, but here are all of the different places in Spain. Look, oh my goodness, these are hilarious. I know all the women are going, okay, that's, he wishes. Hilarious. Where else? Oh yes, this is the map of just today, the places that we could find that you could experience outdoor intimacy time with your partner. Just today. Let me back up a little bit. So, was it worth the wait to see this crazy house? Did you all enjoy seeing this hilarious but very interesting Casa Rocio? Let me zoom in on this one over here. Look at the one on the left. I don't know what the three boobs is for. I have to say I'm very interested in that. But also, so what he was also doing here is he was making comic books of a woman who was called Paella, and she was a like his comic book star, right? And she would hurl flaming Valencian oranges at her enemies. So let me just show you. You go, what? And let me just show you this comic. It is awesome. Okay, so here's one, and there's one. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about this house, which is such a shame because how amazing, Hold on, I'm trying to find the other one. Here are the other ones. Okay, so these are the other two pictures of the comic book. Yes, he's quite creative. We will give him that. I don't understand the three boobs. I really want to know. This house is named Casa Recio. Where's my finger? Right here. Recio. Search for that in Google Maps. It'll come up. Recio. Casa Recio. Yeah, it does look like a cross between Batgirl and Wonder Woman, doesn't it? So update on his current legal situation. He was caught basically stealing $50,000 over 50,000 euros every year, and now the government is making him pay it back. However, they don't know if he doesn't know if he can pay it back, so he's possibly going to court to fight it. Are we looking at him? No, we're not. Okay, I got so excited. I thought that might have been him. It's like, oh my gosh. So this brings us to the end of our Naughty Valencia tour. Thank you all so much for joining. Let me just flip this around. Did you all have a good time? I'm sorry, I'm so sweaty. Let me see. I will pose. Ooh, how awkward, but you know what? That's okay. It's part of the fun. All right, ready for the selfie? 3, 2, 1. Oh, thank you for your donation, Satyam, Arun. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Mari. Thank you, Michelle. Oh, good. I'm so glad you all liked it. Yeah, do tune in tomorrow for the Bullring and Mosaic train station tour, where we will also see the Palace of Communication, which I think is so beautiful. And then next Friday, we are going to see the Tunnel of Love in Valencia, which is so beautiful. It's this little tiny, oh, actually, I have to go this way so we get one more view. It's this little tiny park that it has an actual like tunnel of love like there is in Ukraine. Thank you, Marilyn. That's so nice. Thank you all so much for your tips. Oh yes, as you know, this is a free tour, so you are free to tip whatever you think the tour is worth. Much appreciated. Every little bit helps, as they say. Thank you, Lynette. Yeah, I don't know how tourists aren't flocking to this. I think it's so interesting. Oh, thank you for the earring compliment. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, so Tiffany, I am going to do this tour again on the 27th at 7 o'clock local time. So that'll be 1 o'clock Eastern time. Oh, little tiny dogs. So, oh yes, and then do join me in September, because from the 7th through the 10th, my husband and I, thank you, Lynn, my husband and I are headed to, well, actually, I'm headed first to Strasbourg and Colmar, which looks like this, if you haven't been there, as well as Switzerland, so do tune in for those. And then also for the Passionsspiele. Oh, happy birthday in September, Tiffany. Then the Passionsspiele on the 8th. I haven't posted that one yet, but that is what is literally translates to the Passion Play, and it's the Passion of the Christ, but it only happens once every 10 years. And yes, okay, that's what I was just going to address and see. So we did pass my 1,000 followers, and now I have 1,113. Where did you all come from? Fantastic. So I am going to schedule the Get to Know Me tour, where we're going to be in my house and checking out my cute little Spanish abode with working air conditioning. And you'll get to see my cats, say hi to my husband, see my glasses collection, and check out the view from our beautiful little Spanish window. I think I'm going to schedule that on the Saturday after I get back from Strasbourg. So that I think is the, oh, he said fantastica. Gracias. I think he said, or I'm sorry, I think it's the 17th. It's the Saturday after the 10th. So, okay, hold on, let me just look. Because that will be the day. I haven't decided on the time yet, but let's see, September 17th. That will be the day of the Get to Know Me tour. I will post that probably today, actually, so we can get that on there. And then for those of you who don't follow me, for 2,000 followers, which now we're almost there practically, it seems. For those of you who don't know me, I was trained as an opera singer. So for 2,000 followers, I will do an operatic concert. So that will be lots of fun. So tune in for that. Follow me, get your family and friends to follow me. It will be lots of fun. And I know I'm really excited. I haven't done much singing recently, so I think that would be a good time. And and see, I was thinking of doing 2 different Get to Know Me tours for the different time zones, because I know there are so many people here from the other side of the world, no matter which way you're thinking, that I think it would make for lots of fun to do a couple different ones. Oh, thank you for your donations. As for the Strasbourg tour, I'm doing 3 different ones, and then I'm doing 4 in Colmar, all different. And I'm also going to Ribeauvillé, which is this little town that, I kid you not, is the inspiration for the Beauty and the Beast town. So we'll get to see like the little fountain that she sits on and all the beautiful houses. It's gonna be so much fun. And then also the this place called Turkheim, which is very similar. It's in a similar area, and it has this beautiful architecture. Thank you, NC. So yes, do join for those. And on the 2nd, I think I'm giving 2 tours on the 2nd. One in Switzerland where I land, and then one in Strasbourg where I'm actually staying. So it'll be lots of fun. So for those of you who are on Instagram, because that's, the day and age. There we go. The day and age we're in. Do feel free to follow me if you would like. Here is my Instagram. And also for those of you who came to the flower tour last Saturday, Sunday, thank you so much for coming. I was gutted that the reception was so horrible. I guess that's sort of what we get in Spain with thousands and thousands of people all on the same cell tower. But tomorrow at 10 o'clock my time, so 4 o'clock Eastern time, I'm going to do a virtual recap. So basically I took all of these videos and I'm going to show you what we saw, because it was, I watched the video that you guys saw and it just is heart-wrenching that you weren't able to see what was actually happening. So do come tomorrow at 8 o'clock my time. So what is that? 2 o'clock Eastern, and then 4 o'clock Eastern for the Mosaic train station and bowling tour, and then at 4 o'clock for the virtual recap of the flower tours. That'll be lots of fun. So thank you all so much for joining me. I'm sorry this tour went literally an hour over what I had planned, but you know what? I had lots of fun. I hope you all did too. Thank you so much, everyone. Oh, fantastic, Mari. So I look forward to seeing you all hopefully tomorrow. Thank you for joining. If you are just joining now, I am doing this tour again. This is the Naughty Tour of Valencia. I am doing this tour again on August 27th at 7 p.m. local time or 1 p.m. Eastern time. And do leave me a review if you liked it. My name is Kelsey. Let me know what you liked about it. If you didn't like it, my name is Paella, and we are in Georgia. So good to have you all here today. I'm just kidding. So thank you all so much for coming, and I look forward to seeing you hopefully tomorrow. See you soon, everyone. Thank you for joining and walking with me 8,000 billion steps. Mwah, mwah, mwah. See you soon, everyone. Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Virginia. Thank you, Leon. Thank you so much for your tips, everyone. Much appreciated. Thank you for your follows, for your questions, for your thoughts, for your reviews. Thank you, everyone. See you soon.